Hey everyone, Sophia here, My Great Challenge. Welcome back to another episode of Getting Things Done. I'm still outside. I have so much to do outside. You're probably wondering, when are we ever going to go inside? Well, let me take care of the outside first because it's summertime and there's a lot. So today we're doing the front porch. I have some decluttering to do. I have to clean the whole porch, and I have columns that need to be sanded and painted. I have the stairs in the front that need to be redone, and then I have a spout that's completely clogged, and as a result the water overspills and it damages the porch, which at some point is going to have to be repaired. If you remember, I had put a patch years ago. That's been gone for a while. Yeah, I have floorboards on the porch that need to be replaced. I may be able to do it on my own, but not in this heat. Let's get started. Hi, William.
Hello.
You're gonna be my assistant today?
Sure.
All right, so we got to clean up all of this. There's a big collection of books in there. That's gonna stay on the porch because that's the supply for the little library, but everything else we got to bring back. These are the columns that need to be sanded and then eventually repainted. This is the spout that's completely clogged. I don't know if you can see it over here. It's clogged. And I'm pretty excited because some of my Russian sage is in bloom. And again, these are gonna get really, really large. Here's an example right here from the neighbor. Everything's doing well. Look at all my plants. And then these guys, they're a little hot right now. We're gonna water them towards the end of the day, but it's filling up very nicely. And columns here need to be repainted. And this, which I did a couple of years ago, needs to be scraped off and patched again. So, oh yeah, look at these guys. Very nice. All right, let's start with decluttering. So I don't know if you see them, but there's like two little bolts. I thought they were gonna be screws, the bolts. I gotta go get a special wrench, but I'm sure you can see that there's like, stuff that's stuck in there, and as a result all the water splashes all over the place. It damages the column. It's been going on for a while. So because the water can go in, it's splashing all over the place here. It damages the column and it damages the part of my front porch, which for now I just put two more of those slabs of blue stone over it just to cover it, and also, as a reminder, like, don't step there. I know it sounds ridiculous. I'm perfectly aware of it. All right, let me go get the wrench. Be right back.
Okay, what's good? What needs to be done?
Don't touch the ladder.
Okay.
Grab this.
We're ready.
This is number 1. Put it to the side as number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. Alright, so William and I put them by order. Here's 1. 2 is definitely clogged. And here's 3 that is also clogged. Now if all goes well, water's supposed to come down and I have an extender right there. Right here. That brings the water away from the foundation. So I'm going to hose the pipe first. Is it coming down on the other side?
There's nothing coming out.
Alright, so Willie is telling me that there's no water coming out. So obviously it's clogged here too. Okay. Alright, so we're going to undo from here. Let's see what happens. Screw. Come on, you gotta stay with me, Willie.
I heard the window open.
So, I'm not saying a clogging here, but you can see the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a clog somewhere in here. And then this feels heavy right here. So clearly there's a clog somewhere. See, this is hollow right here. You hear it? And then here, you can feel that it's so I'm gonna try to get like the snake maybe and see if I can clean it up. I'm gonna try a skewer.
Oh, a lot of stuff's coming out.
Yep.
Oh.
You see it? Is there chunks coming out?
No, not anymore, but there were at the beginning. But a lot of water's coming out.
Yeah, here we go. There you go. Look at that. Just look at that.
Oh, ew, it looks like poo.
Yeah, I know.
coming out most clean and a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now what I want to see is if there's a clog in the green thing too. Go over there, see if there's water coming out.
I see, yeah, there's some water coming out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try. Go ahead.
Yeah, water's coming out.
I can't hear you, what?
Water's coming out.
Okay, good. Alright, fixed. The only solution, really, if we don't want this to happen again, is to put a mesh on the gutter itself, like a gutter guard.
Right.
That's what they call it, so that leaves don't go in. But the issue is that we had a bird nest right in that area right there. The starling had a nest in there, and this is all the stuff from their nest. But this is done. So the next storm, we'll have to come down here and see if it works.
Okay.
All right? Mission accomplished. Okay. Moving on. So this is called granite grip, and it's basically a stone coating, and it worked for a good 3 years, if not more. The problem is, I'll show you in a second, is that this is exposed to the elements, and you know, the house shifts. So some of the stuff peeled off, and I gotta repair it. So if you remember, I had repaired those steps, and actually lasted pretty good, except over there it's peeling, but that's from grabbing the snow, you know, shoveling the steps. And then here it's cracked again, and then it's definitely cracking here. This one, not so much. And then the one at the bottom has stayed perfectly fine. So I'm going to start with the one on top. I'm going to peel off some of the stuff and then put another layer. Alright, well, it just has to dry. I have 2 coats, and guess what? I'm gonna call it a day, because there's really nothing much I can do with those stairs other than breaking the whole thing again, patching with concrete, which I really don't feel like doing. It's better, it's cleaner. Eventually I may do a full brick kind of like the one that you see here. That would look good. The ones they had before were like white. I didn't like it, so I removed them. And I put this instead, and they were cracking anyway, so now it looks cleaner. Okay, I have the grip, and this, I don't want to wash this yet. I have another project I'm working on that's actually on Patreon. So what I'm gonna do is stop here, go do that, and then maybe I'll come back and sand the columns. Hey, I'm back. So yesterday I did this, and I mean, you know, there's a crack there. I should really fill it up, but maybe at a later time. I just needed to fix this, and I'm finally going to tackle the columns. So I put that plastic wood, I think it was a month ago. Plastic wood by DAP. It's kind of like Bondo. So I'm gonna sand it, and I'll patch the columns. This one over there I still need to work on, but those are ready to be painted. Now let's get started, and I think that will be it for the front. So I'm gonna start with coarse, and then I'll move down to a smaller grit. You know, the thing is that the minute you start paying attention to your house, right, all you see is stuff that needs to be done. So much easier to just ignore it. All right. Okay, so I'm not a fan of how this finished. I'm gonna paint it over anyway. So what I'm gonna do is put some spackle. It's gonna dry real fast. And then I'll paint it. But I want a smoother surface here. Okay, so this one has to dry. This one is already dry, so we're gonna sand it. This one is almost dry, and that one over there is drying. So I'm back in the house and enjoying a bit of shade because it's brutal out there. It's got to be 80 degrees. Look, I'm perfectly aware this is not the way to do it. I really am. I'm perfectly aware. The best way to do this is to completely strip the columns, remove all the paint, resand them, repair them, seal them, sand again, and repaint with a modern paint, one of those epoxy, whatever they got now, that is ultra protective for the elements. I don't have the time. This is not a job that I want to do. I gotta be honest. I already sanded them 5 years ago, partially sanded them, and then patched them and painted them. Very obviously, I didn't do a good job. Like most of the stuff that I do, but I still did it. I'm aware that those columns need to be replaced. Scott and I are perfectly aware of that. They're about 100 years old. The house was built, they started building the house in 1928. It's 2024. So they're 96 years old, and Lord knows how long the wood is. It may even be over 100 years old, I don't know. Most people in my area, when they have columns like this, have replaced them. They haven't kept the original columns. They got new columns that are made of composite, or if they really have a lot of money, they got wood columns that are brand new but are treated wood, and all of the new modern stuff. Every time I have a video and I'm doing a project, there's always somebody in the comment section who's telling me, why don't you just replace them? And then same thing with the garage. Why don't you just get new garage door? Why don't you get this? Why don't you redo your floors? What, guys, if I was to put together all of the very sound advice that I'm aware I need to do, I probably would pay the house over one more time. Folks are really generous with other people's money. Those columns, to get them replaced, it's about a week job. They got to come in, they got to anchor the roof. Plus I got to deck the front porch that needs to be redone. So let's just say I redo the whole thing, right? It's about between $18,000 and $22,000 to redo the front porch with the columns. I have one kid still in high school. Can we calm down with the Sylvia, why don't you just redo it and replace it and have a guy come in and come on. Like, it's about $22,000 to redo the front porch with the columns. So it's not a priority right now, very clearly. It's not something that we want or are willing to spend right now. I'd rather have an extension, and maybe we'll add this to the budget when we do the extension. So right now, what do I want to do? And this is not a rant. I'm just asking people to stop telling me to go and spend money that clearly if I had it, I would. Clearly if I had it, I would. I wouldn't be spending my Sundays and my Saturdays and my evenings doing DIY patchwork. Okay? When you're a homeowner, there's a lot of things that need to be done. And again, this is not a complaint. This is just a FYI, a public announcement. A lot of people have condos. A lot of people have new constructions. This is what happens when you have an old house. Things shift. Things break. Things wear and tear. These columns are exposed to every element there is up there to be exposed to. But the most damaging one outside of the rain is the sun. The sun will dry them to a crisp, and it's not good for wood. It just is not. So that's what happens. And then the guys who have the houses with the columns are facing north. These guys have a whole new set of problems. Theirs is rot, because the water gets on them and it doesn't dry, and the columns rot. And that's even more dangerous, because what happens is that they rot from the inside out and the whole thing just tumbles down. So knock on wood, this is not going to happen. Bottom line is, I'm doing those videos to show you what I'm doing, to kind of like maintain my house and give it a little bit extra life until the inevitable time where I have to just take the plunge and go and get a professional and replace the whole thing. I'm not damaging my columns doing what I'm doing right now. I really am not. If anything, I'm just protecting them for 1 more or 2 or 3 seasons. And that may be the last time you see me doing the columns. So yes, they will be replaced, just not right now. Alright, let's paint. This is an exterior white paint. So I'm going to do several coats. And again, the goal here is just to protect the columns for 1 more, 2 more, 3 more seasons until the inevitable, the garbage brush, which is the porch has to be redone. Okay, so I have 1 coat on the right column and 1 coat on the left column, and I don't know, but it looks already better. I'm telling you, I'm just sprucing up. And Scott, happy Father's Day!
Happy Father's Day.
We literally have no plan. He got 2 cats for Father's Day. How are your cats doing?
They're sleeping.
They're sleeping?
Well, one of them is.
Okay.
One of them's on the tower in the office.
Oh, that's yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's on the highest perch.
Oh, really? Is she?
Yeah. She's
All right.
got the best view.
Okay, I'll have to go and try to film her. So Scott is doing this column. Hey, so I looked up the price
Columns?
of replacing the porch and the columns. How much do you think it would cost?
5,000, 7,000. I don't know.
5,000, 7,000?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what's called a farmer's porch.
Yeah.
It's like the length of the house,
Okay.
right? Supported by columns with seating area. It would be between, depending on the material we choose. So it depends on if it's composite or wood.
Right.
Okay. It's between $18,000 and $30,000.
Wow. Wow.
I can tell you one thing.
What?
I think it'd be cheaper for me to go to carpentry school.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Do you want to go to carpentry school?
Well, I'm always interested in building stuff in wood, and I do a lousy job, so why not learn how to do it the proper way?
Oh.
All right, mission accomplished. The goal was to basically repair and paint the columns, and that's what we did. And actually, since the spout has been finally unclogged, we painted it too. I don't know if you can tell. So here's one column. Here's the one with the number. That was one of my to-do lists, to put a number on the house finally. Here's another column. And then the one that was the most damaged is here. So it's looking much better. And I removed one of my 2 big black urns. I put my faux fern in this one. It's over those 2 stones where there's a hole in the deck or porch. I'm telling you, this whole thing's gonna have to be redone eventually. It is what it is. So maybe 5 years. I'll see. But it looks much better. Let's look at it from the street. All right, looking better. And I'm going to say that the front is done. I re-landscaped it. I planted stuff. I mulched. I redid the columns. Cleaned out the front porch. What else did I do in the front? Planted these. And it looks like a deer came in, realized this is not deer food, and walked away. Perfect. Alright, so that's it. Let's go upstairs. I'm going to take a shower and we're going to introduce our little kitties. Front yard is the best it's ever looked. I believe so, and I think you can tell. And I like the columns. So this light, by the way, lights up here and then goes on the number 16. And then this one goes on this and a little bit on the column. And then there's one on the Rose of Sharon. The one for the Veterans flag is in the opposite direction. It's supposed to go this way. And then I have all the ones all around. So it looks really good at night. Okay. Next time you see me talk about columns is probably when we replace them. Let's go upstairs. Okay, so here are the girls. That was Mayday. She went to the part that appears to be probably cooler. And here is Severine. So Severine is Daddy's girl. Yes, she is. She latched onto Scott. She's very affectionate, very chill. Very, very chill. Yeah. Oh, we're tired. Oh, okay. So she likes to cuddle. She likes to have kisses. She likes to play. She's very chill. She's been all around the house and couldn't care less about the dog. She doesn't think the dog is a big deal. Now, my girl here, come here, Mayday. Hi, baby. This one, she latched on to me. And she's a little bit more skittish. She's a little bit more of a zoomies type girl. And this one, she's not a big fan of the dog. So we haven't been able to get her to really move on to the first floor. She'll come downstairs, she'll see the dog, and she'll run back in. This one here couldn't care less. She'll just walk right in front of the dog. Maybe she'll hiss a little bit. And Le Chiffre is very good natured, so he just lets her, and he just walks away. But they're both very playful. They love toys. So I have a bunch of toys. We got stuff like that and little balls. Here. How about this one? Oh, yeah. you're not gonna see. You see a box? That's just a box, and that's it. We're learning their personality. There's nothing in the box, girls. They sleep with us at night. And I know that some of you have asked already, so I'll answer the question now. They are not outdoor cats and will not be outdoor cats. They were born indoors. And they've never been outside. Fiona and Vesper were once feral and got domesticated. So it was a totally different story. But these girls, nah. So they're only going to be indoor cats. How about if I go like this? Or you play? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going to sit in the box. Okay. What if I make the box move? Oh, you're heavy. Forget it. I can't do it. But anyway, so yeah. They got the tower. Severin is much more interested in the tower than Mayday. And we feed them here and on the second floor. Are you coming to life now, huh? You were all lethargic earlier. And that would be it. So this was another episode of Getting Things Done. I just wanted to spend some time introducing our two new family members to you. You know, we've only had them for a week, and they're getting accustomed to us, and we're getting accustomed to them. Then we're learning a little bit about each other's personality. But it's true, they do pick their own humans, and Severin picked Scott, and the one over there, she picked me. And we're very happy with that. So we each have our own cat. And they are very nice and friendly to... Ow! What? They're very sweet and friendly to William. Edward's not around right now. So he only saw them on day one. That was it. And then he had to go. But they are super nice. And they're still babies. They still have to learn... you know, the house. Like I said, Severin goes all the way down to the kitchen, couldn't care less about the dog, and Mayday doesn't like coming to the first floor too much. She'll come, but as soon as she sees the dogs, she just runs back upstairs. And neither have seen the basement. So, yeah, it's just 1 week. Anyway, so that's it. I wanted to introduce the cats. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. We are so glad that we finally finished the Collins, and that big clog in the gutter and the spout. I'm glad I did that. Like, that was really needed. Where are you? That was really, really needed. So I'm glad I did that. And that would be it. So thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe right here in the corner. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I got cat hair now. If you want cat updates, because that's where I'm going to update. And then once in a while I'll show them, I'll show them on YouTube. But join Instagram and find me there on Instagram and Facebook. And that would be it. And then if you want to get even more behind the scene, you can sponsor or subscribe to my Patreon channel, patreon.com/mygreatchallenge. Totally different channel, behind the scene, intimate, everything that's going on in the house that I absolutely do not share on YouTube. That's on Patreon. So thank you for considering that, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.